GuitarLessons.com, the #1 name in guitar lessons online.
The second two measures of the progression we have are just G minor. What would be like a G minor power chord, so we're playing a G minor arpeggio. And I'll teach that shape that I'm doing real quick, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to repeat it twice for each measure for a total of 4 times. So start with your pinky on the 15th fret of the high E string with an upstroke, and pull off to the 10th fret with your index finger. Then come over to the B string on the 11th fret with another, continue that upstroke with your middle finger. Then your third finger, not on the tip again, but kind of in the middle of the pad of your finger, go on the 12th fret with an upstroke. Rock it over to the 12th fret on the tip and, let up on that G string so you can mute it. Upstroke. Then continue your upstroke to the 13th fret of the A string. And continue down, finish off this arpeggio with a downstroke with your index finger on the 10th fret of your A string. So I'll do that for you slowly. So the harder part about this one is the pull off, because you're doing an upstroke, then you have to rest your sweeping motion because you're pulling off, and then you continue your sweeping motion throughout the rest of the notes. Then a downstroke on the final G note. So just be aware of that little gap in your sweeping motion that's coming up between the E string, the first note on the E string, the pull off, and the note on the B string. So now that you have that shape learned, you're going to play that twice for each measure, and you have 2 measures of it, so that's 4 times altogether. Then you go back to the first shape that we learned, play that for 2 more bars for a total of 4 more times, and then the last shape that we're going to learn is just the A dominant 7th arpeggio, and we'll learn that one right now. Start out with your pinky on the 12th fret of the high E string, play that with an upstroke, pull off to the 9th fret. Now come up with an upstroke on the 10th fret of the B string with your middle finger. And first finger is going to grab the 9th fret of the G string with an upstroke. Third finger is going to grab the 11th fret of the D string with an upstroke. Then upstroke, keep the upstroke motion going to grab the 12th fret of the A string with your pinky, and then a downstroke on the 10th fret of the A string with your middle finger. And really this one is just a regular A major arpeggio until you get to your pinky on the 12th fret of the A string, and then we add in the 7th on the 10th fret of the A, the last note of the arpeggio that we play. I just wanted to throw that in there so it would be like the other arpeggios and have the same amount of notes that they did, so you'd still be able to play this arpeggio twice per measure and not have to think about the counting too much. So I'll play that one for you slowly. So you only get 1 measure of the A7 arpeggio, so play that twice. Go back to the G minor arpeggio for 1 measure, which is play it twice. And then you're going to go back to the regular D minor arpeggio, the first one we started out with, and play that 4 times. Probably the hardest part about doing this, say the last 4 times you play this D minor arpeggio. When you get down to this note right here, this last downstroke, you have to come all the way back up to the top string, the high E string, to start the arpeggio over. And that's kind of hard because you got to have some good aim there to go all the way from E to E, down, and then start with an upstroke again. Last stroke down, start with an upstroke again. So hopefully this will force you to play these sweeps at a tempo that's not really comfortable or easy to play it, because like I said, playing them slow is easy because it's in a controlled environment. You can go as slow as you need to get it clean. And then playing it fast is a little bit easier. And even Dave, the guy who did the drums for the loop you're gonna be playing to, he's like, man, this song is at a tempo where the double bass part is just, it's really weird. It's on the brink of being really hard with one, but you can't do it with two because it just feels weird. It's the same thing for the sweeping on the guitar. So it's right in between, so it'll really force you to work on your sweeping, making it clean. So practice it doing with upstrokes, and you can even do the same arpeggio and just start on the bottom note and work your way up. And just do it that way. And this is a really good exercise for you to just start woodshedding your sweep picking in a way that's not as typical. It's kind of more riffy than it is, blinding speed for a solo.